What do you do with a setback and how do you process that and work through it? What I think is really important about understanding setbacks is to first get a hold of the accompanying feelings that come with it. And one of the main feelings that come along with a setback is discouragement. People really feel confused, they feel frustrated, sometimes embarrassment and shame, and all of these different things in a setback. And a lot of times it has to do with the perception or what they feel people might think, of them. But I will say that people that are dealing with a setback are in good company because there are many, many, many people in the Bible that dealt with setbacks, people that had a clear perspective of, where they believed they were heading, what they were going, or where they were going, and what was promised to them. And it did not look like it in various times in their life, like they were really going to be getting there, did it? There's plenty of, like I said, examples, especially, when you think of like, Joseph and David and just some of the things that kept happening, and it just seemed like they were going in the other direction rather than heading toward what it is that they believed and what they were trusting God for. So this can happen in our lives too. And this can look like a variety of different things. Setbacks don't just have to be, some of the things that we first think of that come to mind, but, of course, it can be by way of divorce. It could be a student in college that needs to come out of college and take a break for whatever reason it may be. It could be, dealing with illness and just having life not turn out the way that we think and having to make very hard decisions, downsizing. There's people that really feel a heavy weight on them, like, let's say, if they've been incarcerated and then they get released and they're starting from scratch. So, this can happen for a variety of reasons. I just want to encourage you in a little bit of a different way regarding these setbacks because they don't have to be looked at as necessarily being negative. I had a client earlier a few days ago, and the question I was asking them, they didn't know where I was headed with my question, but I was asking them if they had like a favorite movie, that they have seen more than once. And they had seen some movies more than once. And I was asking them, what was the purpose, when you know, see something more than once. And then in that process, what happens? Like, what is gained from it? And they were telling me, you see something different that you didn't see before, or you hear something that you didn't catch before. And I said, exactly. This individual was having a very difficult time, being very hard on themselves about what was going on in their life. Pride a lot of times will creep in when there is a setback. And so my thing to them was, many times when we find ourselves where we think is going backwards, a lot of times we're just revisiting a certain area. The truth of the matter is, none of us really know ourselves. We don't know ourselves until we get in certain situations or certain things get touched that hits us the wrong way and we don't even know it's still there. The fact of the matter is, a lot of times we need to know those things because they can jeopardize where it is that we're headed and what it is that we're going to be doing. We have to really get a hold of these secret areas that are our blind spots. So I'm saying that to say, when it comes to these setbacks, take that time Instead of having all of those negative feelings about it, I want you to take that time to look around you, and if there's anything that needs to be done within you during that time, things you're supposed to take away, ways that you are supposed to get to know yourself that maybe you don't know yourself. Setbacks or revisiting, or however you want to label it, they're really blessings. They really are. Not that many people get the opportunity in their life where things can stop to a certain degree, where they can grab a hold of their life, and most importantly, be able to rebuild it. How many people get the opportunity to rebuild their life? To be able to take all of the wisdom that they've gathered up to that point and apply it. Not very many people get a second shot. Life is busy, it's hectic, right? Like things, time passes so fast, and things happen back to back to back. People are, before they know it, like they're like, a weekend is coming in, another weekend is coming in, another weekend is coming in. It seems like you just don't get a chance to catch your breath. So, although these things seem negative, they seem frustrating, they seem so discouraging, it's giving you a moment to recalibrate, to decompress, to take it in, and also to pick up some things that you didn't notice the last time you had a moment to build and reset. Once you have a great, bright future ahead of you, but you don't need to be in a position where you sabotage yourself. There's always something that we can pick up and learn about ourselves through these different trials and different things that we go through in life. I just want you to know you will most definitely come out of this. You will live to see the fulfillment of the call and the promises on your life. But don't squander or waste this time and letting the enemy trick you into being into a depressive state where you are just so discouraged. I hope that this helped you. And until the next time, please take care of yourself.